Good afternoon, agents. Hope you had a fantastic lunch and were able to get up and stretch your legs for a bit. We thank you for joining in again this afternoon. We have continued powerful testimony from more of our District 44 agents. So we hope that you'll continue to stick out the ride with us and enjoy and hopefully learn from what they all have to say. Our next guest is one that I am proud to present. Jorge Sanchez has been a farmer's insurance agent for 10 years. He is an avid cigar enthusiast that has traveled all over to try new cigars. Jorge has been blessed to take his family on many adventures since joining Farmers, including championship and Toppers Club trips. In his free time, Jorge dedicates his time to giving back to his community, including his neighborhood church. So without further ado, Mr. Jorge Sanchez.
Hello, District 44. I hope everybody had a lunch. Yes, my name is Jorge Sanchez. I've been a farmer's agent going on 10 years. And my testimony is on what Farmers has done for me and why it helps me finish what I started when I did, open up my agency in 2011. I really didn't know what to expect from insurance because I had never been in the insurance industry prior to getting into the industry. I bought and sold homes, investments, and we'd rehab them and sell them. And so it was hard work, labor work, like everything, in the weathers, in the elements, the heat, the cold, the rain. So we worked hard, backbreaking stuff sometimes. But then when I was blessed to be approached to become a farmer's agent, farmers helped me work smart instead of hard manual labor. They had me use my brain and use my communication skills that I've learned through the years of working for myself, buying and selling homes, dealing with sellers, dealing with banks. And specifically farmers, when I started with farmers, I didn't know what to expect from farmers, but pleasantly starting, 10 years ago, I came in with a great district, great staff, Roy Vale, all of his staff, Farmers Insurance Service Point, any questions I have, anybody, other agents, just like today, learning from existing agents and people of, it's just always been an open door policy for a lot of the agents in the district. I've always been taught, try to get a college degree, get a good education so that you can get a good corporate job. Well, luckily I never was a college type of person, but with this, I'm able to apply a lot of the knowledge that I've learned just in life. And again, from other agents and from on how to better myself and constantly grow different programs. I agree with Edgar with what he said earlier was, if I'm not making it, it's not Farmer's fault. It's not Roy's fault. It's something that I need to change because if other agents are dealing with the same obstacles I am and they're making it, it's self-reflection of why I need to sit back, look in the mirror and say what I need to change. So I've been blessed to be able to continue growing with the support again of Roy, of Courtney, of Jessica, of Jeremy. This thing we do is just not too bad. It's not the hardest thing. And if we have any questions, we've got plenty of sources to reach out and help us accomplish what we need to get to. And this is one of the only companies that I know that, they just have an abundance of support. Anything you ever have, you can call Farmer New World Life, you call Service Point. One of the staff shoot a text to Roy at 10 o'clock at night, which I highly encourage, so that he can always give you some help no matter what time of day or night it is. And surprisingly, the district agents or management, whatever, don't respond. He does. Jessica responds. Jessica. So, that's my testimony on farmers. Even with this COVID-19 and everybody being hit financially, a lot of people being hit financially, not being able to pay bills, losing work, getting furloughed. Farmers stands up and helps our customers, whether it's spreading some payments out, giving them more time to pay, refunding any late fees, just helping our customers. And, that's why I'm honored to be part of this farmers program, this farmers thing we do, because we do have a great company backing us. Again, going back to college, I wish I was more driven to get a degree, but everything I've learned has been, by scraping my knuckles, and all of that I've been able to implement in building my business, my customer service, mastering as much of each of our products that I can, so that I can reflect that knowledge to the customer, which in turn, that's why we're here. So again, I learn as much as I can from all of the agents, whether you've been here short-term or long-term. I've learned a ton, and I'm going to continue moving forward. That's pretty much what I have to say. I mean, I think I was supposed to go 5-8 minutes, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm just, I'm blessed to be able to have purchased my building about 2 years ago. Well, my location where my agency is, and we just continue to come in daily and help who we can and try to continue to move forward. So I thank you for your time, and make sure you text Roy or call him any time of day.
Thank you, Jorge.
Yes, sir.
So, Jorge, one of the things that you always score really well on, or really high on, is FFR inspections and customer reviews. What is something that you do on a daily that keeps you organized enough to be able to do well in those areas?
Well, I always try to deal with what's in front of me at the time. I figure if I do it right the first time, and I explain the coverage, I explained what the customer is to expect from me, and we deliver, then that's pretty much all what we need to do. Pricing, a lot of times we can't control because that's done by the powers above us, but I do try to keep in control of what I do, and that is give the customer a good explanation of their coverage and why they should have this, and any recommendations. And it's a dialogue. It's not a monologue. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking with them. And again, make sure that I follow up through the year, birthday cards, fiesta medals, calendars at the end of the year, just so that it's not like, hey, make sure that you pay your bill, and other than that, we're not going to be here for you. So I just try to stay real involved with my customers. We send mass emails out. And again, we're here when they call. If they call and leave a message, I make sure to get back to them. Even if it's late, I send them an email, hey, I'll call you tomorrow, and within 24 hours. And that's what a lot of customers, that's all they want. They want to know that we're just not taking their money. I'm not taking, pulling them up and I'm a strictly business, that I'm going to be taking their money and not be there if they have something, a question, concern, that I do respond back to them. So, and I learned that from a lot of the previous agents when I first started coming up. That was the biggest thing, is that treat them the way you want you and your family to have been treated in a different aspect. So.
I think that answers a little bit of Cassandra's question, which was what sets you apart. You have great retention, but she asked, what do you do to keep your clients?
Again, it's just to explain, I let them know that if the rate increases, and it's not due to accidents or tickets or whatever it is, a lot of time it's statewide. And as long as you can sit and talk with them and let them know, a lot of times they'll be okay with it, because they trust you and they know that, I've done everything I can to apply all the discounts. We do the FFRs and we review all of the discounts that they currently have. And that's what I'm in control of. So that's what I take control of.
Can you talk to us a little bit of the benefits and I guess just differences, even if it's bumps along the way, leasing your office versus now owning, and what that's meant for you?
Well, I started when I first opened my agency. I literally was across the street from where I'm at now, and it was a gem of a deal. $600 for a huge space, and as time progressed, it just started increasing and increasing until it got to almost $1,500. So the opportunity came up for me to purchase my building. And another blessing was that it stayed in my neighborhood. I literally moved across the street from where I originated, and I stayed in my neighborhood because I live half a mile from my office. So this is my neighborhood. So with that being said, the money that I was putting into renting, I calculated it on how many years it would take. Oh, that's a great picture. That's one of my customers who does folklorico, and she was missing the fiesta parade, so I asked her to come, and she took a great picture. That's going to be my new medal for next year. But so I just calculated the money that I was paying in rent to pay somebody else's building and put it to purchasing my own. And I paid less monthly, and at the end of it all, it belongs to Jorge Sanchez.
Did you order 2020 medals?
I sure did.
Eee.
I sure did, but I would have ordered them either way. So I sent the mass email out, and I give them to all of my existing customers just for being with me. You know, they come in and I send a mass email, and they come out and I tell them, just come on in and give me a honk outside, and I walk it out to them in a koozie and some pins and a letter. And it's just a little thank you, you know, to give to my customers, because they can choose anybody, and they give me the opportunity, and I'm blessed for it. So it's just a little something that, you know, they get something back, not like some of the other companies that just take their money and just don't give them anything but bills. You know, at least they got a little fiesta medal from me. So, well, I thank you guys. That's my story. Yes, sir.
Well, I want to interject real quick. Obviously, Jorge, when he first started, like you said, he went and got a super big office. It was about as big as a mall. And I said, Jorge, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm thinking about the future. And he was lucky that he was able to get that rent, like he said, for $600 a month. Now, I'll say this, you know, we tease each other, and he's not joking when he says he's asking me questions at 10:30 at night. But at the same time, I can call him on a Saturday at 11 in the morning, and he's at his office. When he first started, we'd call him at all hours, and he would answer. That's not what I think he's done great at. I think what he's done great at is he's committed. He's his own guy. He does his own thing. And, you know, talking about those medals, Jorge, I still remember about a year ago, we were in Vegas, and you actually had a customer that had gotten one of your medals that was there in Vegas.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool, to be honest with you. The other thing that I want to share with Jorge is that he doesn't remember, but I call him maybe once a year and ask him for a favor. And I'll say, Jorge, I was wondering if you could help me with this. And he goes, done. He doesn't even let me finish. And maybe he's brown nosing me, maybe, or maybe he's just in the game. He's never told me no to anything. And that just means that we're farmers' friends first. And it does make a guy like me feel good when I say, Jorge, can you help me with, and before I finish, it goes, done. So I want him to share his conviction to his dream. So many of us will say, well, I'm not as smart as Joe or Mary. The truth is, we're all pretty darn smart. It's just when we decide to use the talents that God gave us. And Jorge has found a way to start using those talents and having some fun. And he does it his way. I mean, you look at that photo, that is pretty awesome. We should send that into the home office when they start talking about diversity markets. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, Courtney, was there anything else you wanted to add? Thank you, Jorge.
No, thank you for the kind words. And, you know, the way I look at it also, not to interrupt you, Courtney, is that, you know, I'm part of the team. I'm not the team. So I'll always help an agent, help you, Roy, help staff. If it's within my power, I'm always a phone call away for any type of support. So.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Time to spin the wheel.
Courtney, did you remember to put my name in there?
No, but I put mine. Better believe I did. All right, here we go.
Well, I hope Jerry doesn't win again and he's not available again.
Jackie. She on the
Jackie
call?
Cruz.
Jackie,
are you there?
5, 4,
I don't see her.
3, 2. Oh, she chatted in. I'm
Right
here.
on time.
Man,
Man, must have been a good Whataburger. Congratulations, Jackie.
all right.
Thank you, Jeremy. So our next guest, I believe, deserves a drum roll as he has entered District 44 with a lot of powerful noise and continuously shows up on our leaderboards. Jose Garza has been a farmer's insurance agent for 1 year. Jose and his wife have 3 beautiful children. In his free time, Jose enjoys home projects and barbecuing on the weekends. He is a master welder, and when you need a funny joke, this is definitely the guy to call. So without further ado, Jose Garza.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to start off by saying, man, there's a lot of knowledge listening to this, listening to Jerry Waterman, Garza, listen to everybody. It's just a lot of information. I was even taking down some notes on some stuff that the people were saying, and it's been a blessing. Secondly, Mr. Roy, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, this is awesome. This is what I love to do, and I just never thought that having my business would take me to this, but I love it. It's awesome. Well, I'm not good at having these kind of things, but I'll do my best. I'm Jose Luis Garza. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley. Grew up as a migrant worker all the way up until age 17. I've lived like in about 6 different states, and I graduated from Westaco High, and also graduated from UTPA, which is now UTRGV, back in '09. Those are my kids right there, Damien, Julie, and Brianna, and we took that there at the Riverwalk. But I started insurance back in 2011, and made the move to to San Antonio in 2013. And ever since then, I mean, I've worked with Reliable Life Insurance as a manager. I've worked with American National, Mutual Omaha as a broker, and now here I am with Farmers. The reason I joined is I managed to go to a couple of outings to kind of like, I was working under a different agent before, and I started seeing the atmosphere, and I love the atmosphere. I love the way everybody gets along, and that made it very easy for me. Besides Roy talking to me and telling me, hey, there's opportunities available here. So it was something that wasn't hard for me to make the move or the decision to jump into Farmers. And I was asked why Farmers amidst the pandemic, why I'm still here. You're not alone. There's help from all angles. What I mean by that is, me being my first year as an acquisition, I'm 7 months into this, and I started getting emails, and I started reading Farmers is helping out clients, due to COVID, and I was like, wow, pretty cool, And they weren't only taking care of their clients, but at the same time taking care of us as well. We had certain goals to hit, and here they are, hey, we understand this is going on. We're going to let you qualify for the next level, even though you didn't, because of what's going on. So that, I'm just seeing a lot of positive things going on. Not just, well, let's look out for our clients, let our agents figure out what they got to do. no, it went both ways. So that's really, really awesome. They understood the current situation, and also the support from Mr. Roy. I mean, supplying us with leads. You know, if you hit certain goals, do this. You know, it's keeping us busy, making sure there's activity. So you know that makes it a lot more welcoming. Some of the struggles that I've faced coming into this is I come from the life side. I knew nothing about PNC, commercial, had no clue about any of those things. Yet I didn't turn anything away. I would call Jessica, call Courtney, I'd call Ray, I call Carlos, Luis, anybody I could to get as much information as I possibly could to try and do a quote. And so far, I mean, I know I bothered you guys to hell. You probably like, oh, I'll say, but no, thanks for being there and providing all the input. And lifestyle and company changes that I've made with farmers, I couldn't come aboard anytime sooner. This was, I feel like I made the change just in the nick of time. I mean, it had to happen. With everything that's going on, I still talk to some of my buddies that are working at Omaha, and it's a struggle. I mean, having to do something where, hey, if nothing happens, if you don't sell anything, there's nothing coming in. Here, I jumped into a business where, yes, I purchased a book of business, but you know, you still have that little cushion that helps you out in case, you know, something bad's going on or there's no sales. Although, you know, that's not something to depend on, but just try to grow the book as much as you can. And like I said, Mr. Roy made the transition very welcoming, and I'm very, very, very fortunate to be part of this team. I mean, you guys are awesome. Everybody that I've met from District 44 and other districts seems to, hey, what's going on? You know, what can I help? I mean, same here. I mean, if there's anything I can help anybody with, you know, my door's open. You know, you guys are more than welcome to give me a call, try to help out as much as I can. And all this, I think it just boils down to, I was talking to my wife a couple of days ago, and her, my father-in-law was there at our house, and he said, hey, you have the discipline, you know, and then I do. I mean, I have a work ethic that stuff needs to get done, and let's do it. And I've never been scared of work. You know, having lived by myself at the age of 15, you know, going up north to work, you know, I'm not, that doesn't scare me. So, and we set goals, follow up. I've learned that when you service people, although sometimes I have an assistant here that works with me at my office. Her name is Cassandra. And on Monday through Wednesday, she comes in at 1 o'clock, sometimes 12. And there are times when even up until that time, I'm working on service because people like it when you respond to them, you get back to them quick. And I'll get, for example, one of the agents said, hey, you know, sometimes when people are involved in an accident, give them a call. And I do that. You know, I just, out of myself, out of me, it comes out that if I see a collision, you know, I call them, and first thing I do is, Mr. So-and-so, I was just calling you to see that everything's okay. You popped up on my email. There was a claim, and I just want to make sure that everything was taken care of, and if you need any help with anything, I mean, everything's done already. There's a claim number already on there. It's basically taken care of. If they need any help, you know that they're going to need to contact their adjuster. So, you know, little things that I've learned as I'm going. And yes, my wife put that up there. That's my daughter. She says she's going to come work for me. Well, her pay is going to depend on on how good she is. But yeah, I solely believe in teach your children hard work and teach them that honest labor develops dignity and self-respect. Help them to find pleasure in work and to feel the satisfaction that comes from a job well done. So I carry a little, I don't have it with me right now, it's in my car, but that's where I have my business cards. And I imprinted something on the back, and I did this maybe about 4 years ago. And it's a quote from Bruce Lee that says, "Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." And times are difficult sometimes, but hey, we got to make the best of the situation and just get it done. That's what it boils down to. That's about all I have to say. I don't know if anybody, you guys fall asleep or sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Real quick, we'll do your Q&A, but let's spin the wheel real fast. Then we have a couple of questions for you. All right, let me see your faces.
Jim, are you there?
Escudero.
I haven't seen him on here.
I saw him early this morning, but I haven't seen him since.
Art Ramos.
Dormido.
I know he
Art
was here
Ramos, are you
earlier.
on? Anybody see Art Ramos?
4,
I don't see him on here.
3,
He's
2,
He
asleep.
was on this morning.
Yeah.
We don't know what he looks like.
Under my desk.
Pedro Ramos.
Pedro Ramos.
Hey there, Pedro?
He's
There he
there.
is.
Yes.
Pedro takes the money and the leads. He's got a bunch himself. Congratulations, Pedro. Do we have any questions for Jorge or Jose?
So, Jose, we have some newer agents on our call today, up and comers, just like you were a year ago. What is the one thing that you would tell yourself 1 year ago?
Well, that's what I was just emphasizing, discipline. You gotta come to the office, show up, and open, close, and stay busy. It boils down to that. You know, it's very easy. For example, for me, that for example, she comes in, my assistant comes in on Thursdays and Fridays, 9 to close, and I can very easily say, I'll do a Ray. I'll go to work in at 3. And then, I'll go into work at 3.
Hey, that's not fair.
I'm sorry, Ray. I'm sorry. And then a 2-hour lunch, and then I'm gonna go home. No, but that's basically what it boils down to: discipline, commitment.
Is there any other questions out there? I'm gonna cover a few things while some of you guys may want to ask more questions or even have some comments. But first, I want to mention a couple things about what I wrote down in my old books, and they were not before the Civil War, Jerry, in case you're on. But in Jorge's file, I have some notes that says, I put down, why should I have Jorge join District 44? I do that with every one of you if you want to see my notes. I don't know if you want me to advertise them to the public, but I always write down like 11 good things, and then I try to find out maybe why you shouldn't be part of the team. And I was looking at my notes with Jorge, and it says here, Jorge said he's not going to work for anybody else. He's going to build his own future. I don't even know if that's what you said, Jorge, that way or not, but that's what I wrote down. And if you stop and think about it, all of us, including me, some of you think I'm on salary. No, I'm self-employed also. We're building our own future. The more you build, the more farmers get stronger. So once in a while, I have some folks that say, well, you know, I'm not dependent on farmers. And I always say, I am very dependent on farmers. I really depend on that folder to come in every month to enjoy my adventure, to enjoy my time with you guys. And Jose, I want to pick on him a little bit because it's amazing how he doesn't change his story that much. I was telling my staff some of the things that Jorge has, Jose in his own way has even inspired me. He don't even know it. I don't like to let him know because his head gets too big. But when I first met him, I said, why should I bring you on board, Jose? And he said, because the only thing I know is winning. And back then, which is part of one of the quotes he mentioned earlier, he said, every insurance company, because he's an insurance guy, right? He worked with Mutual, sold life insurance. He said, every insurance company is going to have, I'm looking at my notes here, negatives. And he said, but I pray for the strength to overcome them. Pretty similar to the quote he mentioned earlier. Kind of his background about that discipline thing. He probably doesn't even know it. He's actually brainwashed with a great work ethic. But isn't that pretty darn good? So I'm going to say this last thing, and then we'll open it up to questions or comments from the audience, because it's your show. I'm going to answer my own question on why I must win. One of my greatest coaches that I ever played ball for told me one time, I hate losing more than I love to win. And that coach is no longer on this earth. And I obviously never got his permission to use his name, so I'm not going to. But he said, I hate losing more than I love to win. Now, I was very fortunate at the time to be fairly good in sports. And I was chosen to be a team captain at the time. And he whispered in my ear this thing. He said, which one is it, Mr. Vale? Which one is it, Mr. Vale? Do you hate losing or do you love the taste of winning? He whispered that in my ear. And then as he walked away, he turned around and yelled at me and said, and if you don't know the answer to that in 5 minutes, get the hell off my field. So I say that because Jorge and Jose, they don't like to do these presentations. They don't like to get in front of audiences and talk. But in their own little way, the way down deep inside, they know exactly why they're doing this. They know exactly why they want to win. So I know why I must win it. For me, it's both. I hate losing and I love the taste of winning. And maybe, as many of you have accused me, possibly that I'm a little bit twisted and a little bit crazy. But what about you? Do you know why you must win? And Jorge and Jose are trying to share their personal thoughts, because at the end of the day, the personal reasons are a lot more powerful than the business reasons. So that's my take. Any more questions or comments from the audience? Everybody's good? We're going to take a bigger breather, I believe, right?
We have about 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes to be exact.
Okay, 2:45, we'll be back on. See you guys then.
Right.
Adios.
Adios. Oh my gosh!
Rick Cansey.
Oh no! I better go take an aspirin. Rick, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm trying to behave.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
You even got flowers. You got Farmers logo behind you.
Yes.
So you're not in Alaska or anything.
No, I'm still here.
Wow.